Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608 and today I am playing StarMade, and I am on the bridge of a 608 frigate. Because I have done some work on the frigates, I've done some work on the frigates, and I'd like to show off what I've done. Kind of modernizing them, updating them, all that jazz. I've done some minor things like, under offices, I added this display block. I added a build block in systems, I think. Yeah, in systems I added a build block. I fixed a few minor issues and things inside, but most of my work has been done outside. Like there was a hallway that had a wall missing or something. Things like that. Right. One thing I did is I added some, well, just a little more detail into the engine back here. Nothing crazy. Something that had been bothering me for a long time, but I forget it as soon as I had stepped away from my computer, and anyway, is these turrets were not even. This one was down by 2 or 3, so I thought I had built this turret with up-down symmetry on the proper, but I didn't, and it's a little off, so I dropped the turret axis rail down 2, so now the barrels line up even when at rest. The main thing, however, I did was I lopped off this corner. Yep, took it clean off. This used to come straight. Oh, actually, let's show you. Too much garbage. I need to purge my oh, bit of lag there. I need to purge my or not purge, but clean up my blueprints. Well, dummy, you saved this over it. Old 608 frigate. That's the one I wanted. There we go. Break, 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 break. And C. C? C, if, well, I don't know what it's on your keyboard setup, because my keyboard setup is so messed up, it's not funny. But C is point to galactic north. It might be X on the new defaults. I don't know anymore. So there's a button you can press to return to galactic north. I don't use the defaults because now the defaults would shift down and space up. I use Q and E for up and down because my hands are already there on WASD. Anyway, see, I've taken this corner out. There was basically empty space with some thrusters here. I just moved the thrusters because most of this is empty space. I'll come to the big empty room. Look at all this empty space I have in here. It's future-proofing. Well, actually, it's mostly it. I built this thing around these systems. Anywho, cut this corner off. It used to look like this, and this joint here is the thing I like least about my frigate. That just didn't flow, which is like a cockle chunk. Now I have more of a flow. Not perfect, but more of a flow. In fact, I might take a piece here and extend it out a bit. Sort of like this, except maybe a dual stair step. I don't know. But I want to leave these bays available. But I've been working on this here and there. Also part of a side project I'm working on. Let's see, anything else I did on the frigate? I don't think so. Because I'm torn. Because when the universe update hits, I'd like to explore the universe in one of my ships. I'm torn between a frigate and a battleship. The battleship has more stuff on it, and I can carry more auxiliary craft. But it takes more time to load. The frigate would be faster to load, and I'd like to say frigate. Well, we will count those chickens when we cross them. Alright. Seems like there was something else. Oh, I also did some... No, you've seen that. Okay. I can't remember what I've done and not done on the ships that I've told you about. Alright. There is another ship I'd like to show. the 608 res pod. It's a res pod. Res pod, I can't spell residential, so it's a res pod. It's a residential pod. So let's jump to it. Let's unhighlight it. Let's pull off 1G. It is a houseboat, basically. It is a big, ugly gray square. All your ships big, ugly gray squares? Yes, but this one's well, they're all intentionally big, ugly gray squares. But this one is I was thinking having it part of a colony ship type deal. You enter in this way, and let's attach to gravity. And down here is all the maintenance, whatnot. Transporter takes you upstairs, but all the maintenance and stuff for everything, for all the moving parts you're going to see later, is all back here. A tiny little hangar. Opens in the front like a little garage. The stairwell goes up to the bridge. But we are going to come up from the back. Oh, and cargo with 10K in cargo. And just a couple empty rooms. Actually, I think these are actually filled with... Actually, I actually think these are actually filled with actual cargo blocks, actually. How many times can I say actually? Let's see. Let's go to the living area of the pod here. Activate. And a transporter takes you to the living deck, I guess I could have called it, where you have food and oxygen for our colonist. And then it comes up and breaks into 4. There are 4 rooms on the main deck. Sort of, this is more of the living area. Little table, kitchenette thing. Then a spare room for whatever the colonists are going to need. Lots of room for offices or workstations or whatever. And a balcony. So when you're on an alien death planet and you're settled down in your ship, you can walk out and look at the alien death planet. Try to kill you from afar. There are 2 balconies. There's one on the other side too. So let's go to the other side now. Other side is sleeping quarters. I got a few beds, little sitting area. All these windows. Well, I think every room has these windows with the blast doors. This goes out to the other balcony, and there is a light up here, but it's off by default. Just a little in-between room. I guess it could be used as an airlock. I didn't put actual airlocks on this ship because it's so small, and yeah, and no other reason. And here is a medical bay, in case you need it. And I think this is another... Oh, this is the bathroom. It has a door. With a Sapson toilet. And a little shower thing. And there's a thing for your soap. Shampoo. All that jazz. Ledge, I guess you could call it. And a nice little seating area. You can look out into space. Or the alien death planet I mentioned before. Let's see. I should have listed this in with my civilian ships. Forgot about it, actually. And that's down to the garage, captain's chair. This is the control room for the ship. It has a blast window as well. And these control the various and sundry things. Let's take a better look at the outside. It is big and square. The idea is, having it big and square, I can stack them in like a rack of some sort, and they become apartment buildings. What I'm actually thinking is having a rack of these and putting the rack of these on a colony ship. So these can act independent of their apartment building, if you will. So if the Smiths need to leave, they can detach from the apartment building rack and go fly to the moon and back or whatever. They're going to take the house on vacation. Don't know. But I kind of wanted a standardized colonist thing here is set up. Now, I guess in here you could put up partitions for different rooms, rip out settings, maybe turn the spare room in here into a bedroom, and whatever the colonists need to do. This is the basic setup. They're free to customize their home however they see fit, as long as they aren't putting death rays in it. Unless, of course, they're going to a death planet, then they're fine to put in death rays. Now for the cool stuff. Wings. The wings are retracted. The wings are now deployed. Yep, little winglets. Mostly because I found it amusing. Except, I have the entity pointing that way for the wing, so the the thruster plumes, not trails, blast into the ship instead of out. I should probably fix that, but I'm not going to. So slow her down a bit. And this is the logic for all that. It's back here past this wall, and it's the same on the side. You actually see it, but it's... Anyway. And so let's put the landing gear down now. And turn on the landing lights. Just 4 feet. And it does sit on a planet. Not a very good idea, but it does sit on a planet. Fairly stably. Unless, like, 2 of the legs are off hanging off a cliff, then it's not particularly stable. Let's pull those up, and a door to open the garage door. A button to open the garage door. So after the frigates come and cleared the planet for safety, then these get to come in, land on a planet. Let's see, can we find a planet? Hide and scan. I don't want a planet that's hugging the sun. A nice planet. They're nice and flat. Whee. So they come in, they say, oh, we are a colonist and we found us a planet. I can't find the bridge. So let's retract our wings and put our landing gear down. And let's go to a camera, which I thought I had this one set up like this, so you can land easier. Oh, stop, pull up. Oh, okay. Just slingshot it around the planet. Now let's put down right here-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna need to add more cameras for colonists to pilot these better. Oh, no, up. And scooch in a bit. And we should be good. Now there's an apartment on the ice building. Oh, let's open the hangar doors and hop down. Glorious. Welcome to colonist life on ice planet. Of course, I'm not actually going to put these on planets until planets are fixed, because these are, you know, horrible death traps. In fact, I don't even like perking on them in my single-player world. But I do hope the new planets will be able to be destroyed. Something else I was thinking. It would be cool for the new planets if we had a type of vehicle that was restricted to atmosphere. I think that would be neat. So it physically can't get out of an atmosphere of a planet, since our planets are going to be larger. And I've lost my ship. There we go. So you'd have, like, planetary defense, like a jet plane or something. But it can't get past this atmosphere to go chase a real spaceship. Probably just wishful thinking. Probably would not be able to be implemented particularly well and wouldn't work particularly well. And no one would use it because it was limited. Although it'd be neat to have, like, a to us modern planet that could send things to space, but most of their defenses are planetary, and the fighter jets, and who can come and conquer the planet. Anywho, I have been GW608. This has been StarMade. I'll dig you cats later.